What's up, y'all? Bowsage, and welcome to more Witch Hunt. Witcher, trying out a new camera today. Let me know what y'all think. When we last left off, we had found the witch we were looking for. We had two things we needed to do in order to find clues about where Cirilla was. The first one was finding the witch. We had heard someone got into a quarrel with a witch and we went to investigate. The second thing is the Bloody Baron. We already did the witch thing. We ended up fighting the hunt. We killed one of the wild hunt people. It was very crazy. And now we have to talk to the Bloody Baron and see what's going on. So let's get to it.
While searching for the witch Cirilla had quarreled with, Geralt ran into an old friend, Keira. The sorceress told the Witcher about a masked mage. Cirilla seemed to have taken shelter in his hideout. The Witcher set off to find it, with Keira in tow. Cirilla had never reached the elven mage, yet the wild hunt had. The ghostly retinue was one step ahead of Geralt, or so it seemed. The Witcher felt it all was lost, until Keira gave him a new lead. The Crones of Crookback Bog.
Oh, that's the recap as well. I don't know if my recap is better than his. Maybe I'll let him do it next time, because I've been doing it this whole time. So we have to go to the Baron's place. Where we left off, we had ended up all the way down here. We took a boat to here, and now we have to navigate the rest of the way to the Bloody Baron. Why is it taking this weird, the minimap is taking me through the trees. Here we are.
Halt! Oh, go!
Baron home?
Depends who's asking.
A witcher. Want to talk to him.
Yeah. And I want to plough the lovely Queen Cirilla.
Seen this man before. In at the crossroads. You was there not so long ago. Thought you were supposed to go your separate way. Nice and all.
It led me here. Gotta talk to the Baron.
Oh, aye? What about?
Something important. His ears only.
Fine. Lodrin, let him in. If he makes any trouble, well, we outnumber him.
Open the gate. Sergeants! Ardle! Witcher, to see the Baron. Don't want no disturbances. That clear?
What do you think? Guard called you a sergeant. You a Temerian soldier?
Not your concern, mate.
Deserter.
Temerian army don't exist no more.
So what are you all doing here?
Had a choice after the Black Ones thrashed us. Let it lie and try to lead normal lives, or continue to resist, join the guerrillas and fight for our beloved Temeria till death do us part. We chose the former.
And the Baron your commander?
Yeah. Commander.
How interesting. So they're resistance to Nilfgaard. That's crazy.
Infosema, now those were balls. Attended a few, me and my Annie. Oh, how we danced, how we twirled, ha ha ha!
Ooh!
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, hey!
Enough. I don't care how you do it, but the deliveries must be weekly.
Won't you stay for tea?
No. Besides, you've another guest.
That's the Baron, the big fat guy. The other guy looked annoyed with him.
Look at that. Didn't even stay for tea. In spite of all that blabbering about how cultured the nation is.
About how cultured the nation is. What? I don't understand this, actually. Whatever.
Rumors rarely find confirmation in reality, especially the ones about foreigners.
Ah.
Right you are. I know who you are. Believe I also know why you've come. We'll talk inside. Make yourself at home. where'd I put the bloody vodka? Ah, there it is. A snifter.
Oh, he's asking me if I want some.
Why not?
Ha! A man after my own heart. With Foltest dead and Natalis' whereabouts unknown. Bloody hell. Who's a loyal Sumerian to drink to these days?
Himself and his company?
Good enough.
I don't care about Temeria.
To the matter at hand. I'm Philip Strenger. Now the blobtits round here call me the Bloody Baron.
Geralt of Rivia. Blobtits call me the Butcher of Blaviken.
I said already, I know who you are. Truth be told, it's the only reason we're talking. How do you like it here in Velen?
Didn't come here to talk about the scenery.
You're wrong to avoid the topic. You've just arrived, plain to see. And the local swamps and bogs, they're interesting to say the least. Someone loses their way around here, he becomes damn hard to find.
What are you getting at?
Yeah,
Many
that
have
was weird.
lost loved ones here. Some their wives, others their daughters.
Who?
What's that supposed to mean?
Yeah.
Threat?
Aye, not as clever as I suspected you'd be. No, it's no threat. I'll spell it out for you. I know who you're looking for.
The
She
witches are
showed up
taking
some time ago.
are taking people.
Exhausted, wounded, and stinking like a soaked hound after a hard hunt. Later, I learned she'd come from the swamp.
She was at the swamp. That he has Cirilla. Cirilla's with him. So bright.
Said some beasts from the woods attacked her before she could reach the village.
Damn. Whoa! You cannot access the inventory or use signs. Okay, that makes sense.
That was close. I must leave this place.
I only have a steel weapon.
She needs help.
Whoa! What? Dude, she is much more fun to play as. Her sword is real strong too. Oh, look at that scar.
You can calm down.
Is she a witcher? Look at her eyes. Did she go through with the process?
Are you lost?
A little, I guess. Are you?
I never lose my way.
Ooh. If that's true, what are you doing so deep in the forest alone?
Looking for lost little girls.
What happened to you?
This? It's nothing.
No, she's hurt up real bad.
Why don't you tell me where you live?
In Lindenvale. They'd see to your wounds there.
Not a bad idea. Come.
The
I'll
scar
walk
is
you home.
fresh.
And explain to your parents that they must not lose their children in the woods.
We can't go home because of the Wolf King and his pack.
What?
No kings among wolves.
These have one.
And you've seen him?
Yes. I mean, no. From behind a tree. He was huge, with giant eyes and great fangs, and he was terribly, disgustingly horrific.
See what I've got on my back? Wolves fear it. Kings do too. Come, I'll help you up.
Damn. Dude, this is a really hard fight. Dude, it's not letting me hit them. Wow. That was crazy. Okay, can I meditate?
You can come out now.
No, I can't meditate. How did she do this?
My father can even do that.
Oh, she heals. Okay. She's just overpowered. She's not like Joaquin's version of Geralt.
Look! There's something there.
Oh, don't look, don't look.
Wait here. Don't come any closer.
But...
No buts, stay here. I must see something.
Gross.
Bloodshot, but still moist. He died recently. Lips parted and bloated. Bit clear through his tongue.
God.
Immense pain before death. His chest is crushed. Ribs Something picked him up and threw him against the tree.
My fault, someone was at my door.
Something tore his leg off. No, gnawed it off.
Oh.
Ew, that's horrible.
Stay there, and look away.
No, you shouldn't have to see that.
What's this? Marrow's missing. Interesting.
It's a wolf.
Let's see.
It licked the marrow.
His liver's gone.
Why are you digging through his belly?
Would you mind making certain your laces are tied? The Wolf King's no fantasy, it seems. Except he's a werewolf.
What happened to him?
Why'd you get so close?
Had a fall.
I bet. The Wolf King got him.
When did children get so smart?
What we do when the Wolf King finds us?
Good question. I've no silver, but I can make a blade oil.
Oil? You mean like we make from rapeseed?
No, a far more special oil. Of dog tallow, wolf's bane, bull's parsley, and wolf's liver. The Wolf King will feel terrible, terrible pain.
You're smart. How do you know these things? Did your father teach you?
Not my father. My uncle. Uncle Vesemir.
Nah, there you go. So you get wolfsbane. This is mistletoe. This is not what I want. Oh, Gredka knows? What kind of name is that, Gredka? I just realized. Who gave you that name? Wolfsbane, I need that. Ooh, I hear that werewolf. More wolves.
Hide! Quickly!
Oh, I forgot I can parry. I got too used to that other fight where I couldn't. There's some wolfsbane right here. Oh, yeah, that's wolfsbane.
The Wolf King will be angry.
Just tell her it's a werewolf. This little kid's getting on my nerves. Oh, I can't get there. There you go. Now I just need one more wolfsbane. Here we go.
Alright, I have everything. Now for a spot where I can build a fire and brew the oil in peace.
Oh, the werewolf is in their village. So they can't... Oh, dude, he's probably, like, destroying the place.
Greasing my blade. There. See just how effective Uncle Vesemir's formulae are.
So now my sword will work against the enemy, even though I don't have any silver. She should be carrying some silver too, honestly. Hurry up, child. Greta. Come on, Greta. Dude, why did she pause? Why did she run these little bursts? Okay, is it the entrance to the town?
You lead.
Through the cave. Okay, through the cave. You are not leading, you are far too slow.
Afraid?
Are you?
No.
No. Yeah. Oh, maybe a little bit.
What?
The Wolf King, now do you believe me?
I do. Hide.
Question is, can I block its attacks? Okay, I cannot. Die!
Boy, you really give him a drubbing. Never seen anything like it.
Girl, you can come out now. Come on.
Great guy.
You're lucky we came this way. Found someone far less fortunate in the forest.
Aaron, must be. We was returning from mid-cops when the brute attacked. I managed to flee, but Yaren...
The little one. No details. You have bandages at home? Some spirit? He laid a claw or two on me, unfortunately.
He got me pretty low.
This, but my lord, he's a powerful man. He's sure to help you. Might even reward you for cutting the werewolf down.
Very well. Lead us to your lord.
Wow, I killed a werewolf. I have to kill a vampire now too. It's part of it. Oh, yes.
Who do you think you brought me, man? That's not me daughter.
And the little one?
Neither, damn it! I think I'd know my own child.
Well, might not be yours, the older one, but you've got to admit a likeness. That's downright striking. So, any chance for that reward?
You'll not see one fucking copper. Get out before I set my hounds on you.
He turned them in as though they were his missing children. What the hell? This is so weird.
So, stew any good?
Very. Thank you. I'd not eaten in...
Clear to see.
Dude, there's stuff in your face.
Had them prepare a bath for you once you've eaten. And you could do with some sleep. Gretka in the nook behind the hearth. You in the guest room opposite the kitchen.
Thank you.
Shh. Eat now. We'll speak once you've rested.
Good guy.
So I ordered my men to watch her and left her to rest.
And?
A topic for another time.
I get what you're after.
Take it you won't give me this information for free.
Sharp you are.
Mm.
I regret your loss. Commiserate. But you see, it so happens my wife and daughter are missing as well. I propose an exchange. Find my loved ones, and I shall tell you about the girl you seek. All I know.
What if I refuse? Because I just don't want to.
Would you tell me to sod off? Go ahead, but then I'll tell you the same. And what'll that make us? Two helpless, empty-handed sods. Think of it as searching for your own daughter. Ought to go quickly then. Guard! This man's under my protection. No one's to bother him in any way.
Wow.
Don't stare, I've not grown horns. Treat it as a token of my good faith.
When did you see them last?
They vanished after the new moon, as if whisked away by shadows.
What do you mean, vanished?
Precisely
New moon,
that.
not the full moon.
One morn to find them gone.
I'll need to know a lot more than that. Can I see their rooms?
What for?
I need clues. Anything to latch onto.
I'll not let a stranger pore through their belongings.
Want me to find them or not?
I do.
Then let me work.
Fine. But I shall go with you. The doors are locked.
This has been a very slow 30 minutes so far. It's been very interesting, but it has not been action-packed. A lot of information.
When she was a babe, my daughter loved animals. Saw a deer trophy on the wall once. Do you know what she asked?
Haven't got a clue.
Papa, is that deer's rump on the other side?
So it's interesting. I would think he'd be a bad guy, because he's obviously
You see it there?
working against
What's a trophy?
King Amir. And he's some dickhead like the other guys were, but he seems nice.
Here it is. Damn it! Jammed again. Our bedchamber. Tamara's room is there. Try not to make a mess. For their return, I want...
Yeah.
As they left it.
Wooden candlestick. Stem's broken.
Would that be from the wind? Wait, the stem as in like the piece of flame, or the stem as in... Ooh, let me loot. I just took her wedding ring. Give it to me. Okay, that's all I'm taking. I'm not taking anything else.
Wall's a different color. Something used to hang here. That painting? Right size. Fresh flowers. He expects them to return any minute. Takes hope. The Baron and his wife. Look happy enough.
The
What's
painting
this?
used to hang over there, though.
Gotta wonder who wanted to hide the hole. And what's on the other side.
It seems like it was a punch.
It gets interesting. Piece of wood looks like the stem of that candlestick. No
Oh.
coincidence there. Fight might have happened here. I'll look for clues.
Does he not suspect that there was a fight, or was he part of the fight? So now I have to look for clues pertaining to a fight. Oh, there's a claw marks
Deep
here.
nicks, hit with a heavy object.
Oh. No, those look more like, well, you're the expert, but they look like claw marks to me, man. Because this is 4 scratches in the same direction. You know what I mean? It's not like an object hit it. Maybe it was a 4-pronged object. I don't know.
Huh. Rest of the candlestick.
Oh, oops.
And wine stains. Somebody smashed a bottle. From Toussaint. Yeah. Ervelus. Scent hasn't died. Where to
Wine.
lead me.
Maybe the Baron was involved in whatever fight transpired. Whoa. That's the scent. And it's pointing over here. Oh, this is the coolest thing ever.
Damn. Trail breaks off. Could find something else. Spruce wood. Smells of juniper incense. Some sort of folk talisman. Protective. Question is, against what? Won't find much else here.
I don't think it was a domestic fight. That was my original impression, but I don't think so anymore. She escaped. Well, actually, that's both his bedroom and his wife's bedroom. Like, they sleep in the same bed. So, I don't know. It seems as though it's interesting. The sense of the wine led him to that talisman. Maybe it was domestic abuse, and he threw the talisman down there after the fact. You always blame the husband first. You know what I mean? That's what I'm thinking about. Okay, I'm not to take any more stuff. Okay, that I'm not supposed to take, I guess. Which means this is perfectly okay too. No, I don't want to read your personal letter, man. That I won't do. This is the little girl's bedroom.
Damn ugly for a doll. It'd stick with pins to hurt someone.
Oh. Oh, shit.
Done poking around?
Found signs of a fight in the room. Know anything about that?
A fight? What are you talking about?
Someone was attacked. Probably your wife or daughter. Whoever it was tried to defend themselves with a candlestick. Missed the attacker. Punctured the wall.
I think it was the wife. She was drinking the wine at the time.
I don't know nothing about this.
Oh, it was
That
him.
night, I was drunk. Don't remember a thing. They were gone by the time I awoke.
Doubt you were the only ones in the castle. Maybe
He
one of
was the
your
one who
men heard
attacked?
something?
3 times I asked those bastards if they'd seen anything, heard anything. Nothing. Not a one of them.
Whole landing smells of wine. Tell me anything about that?
One of the lads, must be. Lushes, one and all.
Give your men Ervelus?
Oh, damn it. I might have spilled it. I told you I was good and marinated that night. What does it matter? Stench of wine in plenty of corn around the castle.
Found a doll in Tamara's room. Tell me about it.
What could possibly be so interesting about a doll, Witcher?
Looks like it might have been used for some sort of black magic. Where'd Tamara get it?
Black magic? Are you balmy? I made it for her. She was 4, perhaps 5 winters old. We were in Vizima on market day, and she saw the sorceress, Triss Merigold. Insisted she must have a doll just like her. Couldn't
We know
afford a thing
Triss.
of that sort, so I made the doll with my own hands.
This is Triss? No offense, but, not great with your hands, are you?
Why don't you take some wooden rags, see what image of a grown woman you can come up with?
Recognize this amulet?
Yes. Anna began wearing it a time ago.
Any idea where she got it?
None.
Any witches or cunning women in the area?
A Pella. Old Coot lives near Blackbow. And there's a cunning woman in Midcopse, but I know little about her. She's only recently arrived. If Anna were to see someone, she'd choose the Pella, not the woman. Anna was wary of strangers, newcomers.
The new person is our girl, the one we know about. Keira.
We'll have a chat with this Peller.
Fair warning, he's a hard man to talk to. Rumour has it he killed his own father with an axe as a lad, then went batty. Now they say he sees ghosts and ploughs his goat.
Not really interested in his hobbies.
Oh.
Just want to ask about the amulet.
Yeah, you didn't have to tell me all that, man. Okay, well, we talked to the Bloody Baron. That took forever. That took 40 minutes to talk to the Bloody Baron. Okay, how do I get out of here? Okay, so now we have to go and find his kids. Oh, this is not the way, is it?
Bring out the gimp. Bring the gimps.
Where is the exit? Dude, how did I get lost already? Maybe it is all the way down here. Dude, where am I? Could someone please escort me out? Oh, yes. Oh, hold up. Your items have been enhanced. Yes. I'm gonna talk to this guy over here.
How may I assist you?
Whoa, it's a dwarf.
Looking for someone who can craft me some armor. Gotta be top quality.
Well, I've been at it 20 years now. Mastered the craft in some respects, if I do say so myself.
You wish.
Don't listen to her. She's been sore lately, snorting every chance she gets. So, what kind of armor are we talking about?
Light, but durable. Can't constrain movement, and I gotta be able to get in it without anybody's help.
That all? Sure it shouldn't be self-cleaning.
That is quite a lot.
How about it wipe your arse after you take a shite in the bushes?
Comfortable, strong, and light will do just fine.
Ought to know one thing when it comes to armor. If it's got to be durable, it can't be light.
It can. Just needs the proper tools to make it. Tools like the folk of Clan Tordarroch use on Undvik.
Joanna, I told you time and again to stay silent when I talk to customers. Shouldn't pester folk with those nonsense Skellige legends of yours.
No, if it'll make me some badass armor, I want
My
it.
granddad would go to Undvik for his armor. Said Tordarroch folk made the best. Till last year, that is, when a giant ravaged their island. Inhabitants either ran off or died, but the forge should still be in one piece.
Worth looking into. Say I find the tools. Will you craft the armor for me?
On condition you bring the tools. But only then.
Okay.
These legends mention where the
So
forge
before I go and find his daughter, I'm gonna do this side quest to get badass armor. It just sort of popped up. It just sort of popped up. So I think this is the priority now.
Look for the
I've never done a side quest
tools
before. This is crazy. This is my first ever side quest. Let's make some new armor. Wait, what did it say? Did it? I need to see the level because maybe this may affect. Suggested level 16. So it means we have to come back to this. Darn it! That sucks. That's so annoying. Okay, whatever. I'm just gonna find the Peller. I'll get better armor eventually.
We'll get the old bugger loose.
Slow now.
What do you want?
Want to talk to the Peller.
Too late. We've got dibs on a chat with him. A long one.
What do you want from him?
To give him what he deserves.
And that is?
He done conjured auguries. Said something evil had made its nest in Edric's bowels. Told Edric to eat rowan berries, lots of them.
Ever since Edric's lived in the outhouse. And he's got hardened pustules all over him.
Get the hell out. Now.
I don't care about your problem.
And here I thought we'd have a day without corpses. Herb Majors pay top coin for the special bits of rare creatures. Wonder how much we'll get for his eyes.
I just wanted to try out the new sword. Damn.
Pathetic.
What? They have a whole archer? Yeah, I wanted to smoke
get
him.
Edric's friends all worked up.
Ooh, another master item. So then let's talk to the pillar. Oh, I have to knock, okay.
Hey, anybody home? Open up, it's safe now.
Devils. Who do they bring? What seek ye?
I need your help.
Oh, a man. Nay, a wolf. Grey, though not old. 'Tis he the pillar awaits.
Well.
You were expecting me.
Aye, as the bones declared I should. They shall come whose stench is rape and death, but the wolf shall disperse them, the white wolf. And
Whoa.
thus he comes. Omens never lie.
Recognize this? Made of spruce wood, strong smell of juniper, designed to protect someone.
Freshly cut spruce sprinkled with goat's blood, then tempered with an incense of earth, smoke and juniper. For Anna, to protect her.
So, designed to protect her. From what?
Oh, the besieged she was, evil all around, wanted to possess her. Old magic, born of oblivion, from dark sources emerged.
The witches.
Old magic? Can you be more specific?
'Tis not for mouth speech, nor for the touch. A small protective charm, not a thing more a Pella could do.
Anna and
She's
her
scared
daughter
of whatever
missing.
forces those
Know
are.
where they are.
Nay. Pella don't know. But the spirits could know. The Pella will augur, the spirits ask.
Spirits. Great. Fine with me. Long as I know where to look, where to find them.
Lost, must be found. Princess! None better than princess for finding things.
Princess? Which princess?
That's the spirit he's gonna summon.
Princess, my goat! She's fled!
Those men must have scared her off. Can we get back to the auguring?
Without the goat, impossible. No goat, won't
I have
work.
to go find this dude's goat now.
Will you?
Yeah, we had the same reaction.
Princess, where have you got to, girl?
Fine, I'll get your goat.
The bell, the little bell's ringing. She loves it. Ring, ring, and she will follow. But for a while.
He's a little,
But beware
kooky.
of wild strawberries. Raspberries, too.
Yeah, treacherous as beasts go. I always keep an eye out for them.
Using the bell in your witcher senses. To use item, press or hold R1. Here, princess. Princess. Come here, princess. Oh, whoa, is that him? Here, princess. Come here, princess. He's like right in front of me.
There you are.
Oh, hey, princess.
Here, goat. Here, princess.
Yes, come here, princess.
Hoofed and horned. Should have known it would be stubborn.
Do I carry the goat or will the goat follow me?
Come on, let's go see the Peller.
Oh, yeah, he said don't get near the strawberries. Okay.
Where the hell did you go?
Dude, whoa, did I get out of range so he went all the way back?
Bear! Run, you stupid piece of shit!
You know what? This is a hazard. I have to fight the bear. Who else is gonna fight a bear? This is kind of a huge bear. Oh, okay, so I can't block his shots either.
Not bad.
Yeah, you better run, bitch. Okay, that was dope. Now I don't have to worry about Princess
really
dying.
have to keep ringing this bell for you to follow?
Here, let's come back down here actually. Let's get away from all that. There's a people fight. I almost died though, because I couldn't read attack patterns. I'm better at fighting people with swords, I guess. Okay, there you go.
Goat of mine, dearest, sweetest goat.
Can we talk about Anna and Tamara now? Know where they might be?
Blood. We need blood. A living being.
More?
Fine. Be right back.
Couldn't I just give him my blood? Oh, I guess I am. Oh, never mind.
Will this do?
I just went and caught a rat. It's with the goat's milk. Oh, whoa. Imagine this without the music.
There is God. Blood. I see blood. Whose? No Anna. No Tamara. Just the child.
Wow.
A child that lives not, yet did not die.
Mentioned a child. Whose?
Why, Anna's.
Anna was pregnant?
She was.
and she miscarried.
Oh.
Baron didn't mention it.
Afraid, perhaps, or ashamed, or forgetful, or perhaps he had no wish to remember.
Anna tell you all this? Did she come here after it happened?
Nay, not Anna. 'Twas the omens told me.
Great, so I can be sure it's true.
The omens need not your faith to be true. It is you who needs the omens to lead you to truth.
Oh, whoa.
The Baron have anything to do with his wife's miscarriage?
What?
Foul-tempered he is, and he's a fondness for hooch.
No doubt makes his temper even fouler. Did he abuse his family?
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought.
Something. The Pella's old, near blind, but Princess came and licked her hand.
So what?
She's a wise beast. Only comes to those who suffer.
What happened to the child?
In a grave thrown, without rite or ceremony, it awoke. Now it wanders, it seeks vengeance.
A botchling.
White wolf, wise wolf, catch the botchling. The botchling
That's
will
a
help
fucked up name.
lead the
Botchling?
wolf to the
Oh
loved
wow,
ones.
that's a fucked up name.
Botchlings suck the blood of pregnant women and eat their fetuses. They don't help.
'Tis a being cursed, and witches lift curses. If the white wolf can't lift it, he should bring me its blood. Blood will always find kindred blood.
Huh.
Whatever I do, I gotta find the botchling
So
first.
he's saying we have to save the
Seek it
botchling.
at midnight, near the grave that lies empty.
If what you say is true, the Baron ought to know where that grave is.
Ooh. I knew it though. I totally called it. I knew he abused his wife, man. Are you kidding me? I knew it from the get-go. Where's my horse? Come, Roach. I was sick and tired of Princess. Wait, hold on. Actually, let me check my quests real quick. Okay, so I'm gonna finish this one. And then... Oh, read Ladies of the Wood. I have to read it. Okay. I should probably just read it right now then. So this is what I'm gonna be doing after this quest. Oh, wow. Sacrificing a little girl. And that's how they... Wow, that's fucked up. That's terrible. That sounds pretty unfortunate. But you know what they say about witches. Witches be shopping. You got that right. I'm gonna find out where they're at, and I'm gonna also accidentally, coincidentally expose the Baron for being a abuser. I knew it though. I called it straight from the wine. Straight from the wine. I knew. Who throws a wine bottle? You know what I mean? Oh, whoa. The whole building is on fire. Is that the... That's the man? I wonder how that could have happened.
Not so fast, Roach.
This is dangerous for him. Yeah, these wooden stairs. The winds have been lightning right now. Out of my way, I'm coming. I'm coming. They're talking about the Baron's drunk again. That's what they're saying.
Oswin? Where's Oswin? Anyone seen him?
Believe I saw him heading to the stable.
What?
Fire. You blind? Nobody willing to put it out?
Ain't that simple. Most are afraid. Baron flies into a rage. He takes no prisoners.
My brother's in the stable. We've got to save him. He'll burn alive. Him and the horses.
We have to save the brother.
See what I can do.
Hurry
Yeah.
now, quick!
Let's go! What'll be my exit? Is this where the exit should be? Yeah, right here.
Damn it, won't budge. Probably bolted on the inside.
I need a key. Damn. Unless I go on the... I can unlock it from the inside without a key.
Gotta hurry.
Oh, whoa.
Coming to get you.
Okay, I just need to go open the door.
We've a hero in our midst. You've earned yourself a barrel of Lyrian.
I know your wife miscarried. Was that before or after you beat her to a pulp?
Damn.
What the fuck are you suggesting?
Don't play me for a fool. You'd been beating them for years. Finally, they'd had enough and fled. Sound about right? They ran from you, didn't they?
Lying prick!
Asshole.
Come on.
Yeah. Knocked him out. This is what happens when you abuse your family. Wow.
We need to talk. Sit down. You beat them.
I never laid a finger on Tamara. Not once.
And on Anna?
That's another story. She always knew how to spark my ire.
Expect me to believe you were a loving father to Tamara after that scene in the courtyard?
You're free to believe whatever you wish, but she was always the apple of my eye. She had the run of the place, ask anyone. She'd ride the horses, hunt with the men, at times join them on their rounds. And they'd send for her when I flew into a rage, for only she could calm me.
Make it sound like she led a charmed life. If that's the case, why'd she run?
I'd hardly need you if I knew.
Wow.
Your wife, how'd she make you angry? Too much salt in the soup? Socks never darned?
20 years we've known each other. She's seen me drunk and sober. She was there to greet me when I returned the victor. She was there to patch me up in defeat. Like no other, she knew where to press, where to pinch, so it would hurt.
You beat her? For that? For criticizing you?
Oh, Witcher, you haven't a clue, have you? Well, perhaps I shall tell you about it one day. One day, but not today.
You knew they had run away from the start.
Yes, I knew.
Why didn't you tell me? Wasted my time.
Say I had. Say I'd said I had troubles. Couldn't control my wife, my daughter. What kind of flaccid prick would you take me for?
Gotta admit, I do think you're a prick. Not because you couldn't control them, but because you drove them away.
What?
Don't play the idiot. You gave them no choice.
Anna and I... It wasn't as it seemed. Seems.
All right, I'm all ears. Tell me what happened. The truth this time.
I'd been soaking myself 3 days straight. Anna came to me, said they were leaving. I begged them to stay. She refused to hear it. I tried to stop her. She wriggled like an eel. We struggled. She fell. Last blasted thing I remember. Woke up in the morn, breeches heavy with my own piss. A large bump on my head. Sadly, they were gone.
Wow, it's still storming outside.
Know what that's like, Witcher? No. How the fuck could you?
They left
I was
because of
left
you.
with
You are
nothing.
not a victim here.
Nothing. Only the bottle.
Signs of a fight in the room. Hole in the wall, wine all over the landing. Was that you?
Aye. We tussled. She tried to whack me on the noggin with a candlestick, but kept missing. Hit the wall and a pillar instead. I staggered backwards onto the table, spilled the wine, slipped and tumbled. Anna used that moment to flee. She rushed down the stairs, still clutching that damn candlestick. I caught her on the landing. We fell. I thought I had her. Then she turned and smacked me in the head. I blacked out. Don't know what happened next. When I came to, I was alone.
What happened next?
Next? It only got worse. I awoke at sunset, not knowing how many days had passed. Thought it was all a ploughing, drunken nightmare. And then I went to the bedchamber, and Anna was not there. Instead, there was blood everywhere. I knew. She'd miscarried. My breath short, my throat locked. I neared the bed and saw it. It lay there. Tiny thing. Defenseless. On bloodied sheets. Dead. And it was my doing.
Maybe her doing, maybe not. But that amulet she wore could be important. Or maybe the fact that she lost it. What did you do with the child?
What was I to do? Took it out and buried it.
Just like that?
Damn you! I gave no thought to a funeral. It was a horror. I wanted it to end. That child had been my dream. I told Anna, the little one, our little one, to make things right. Yet she died before she could be born. Understand, Witcher? My child was dead.
Get hold of yourself. Men like you, when they break down, look downright pathetic.
You're a heartless bastard.
Mutations worked then. But here's the good news. Your dead child might help us find the one who's still alive. And your wife.
What? How?
Sometimes miscarried fetuses, if they don't get a proper burial, turn into botchlings.
Into fucking what?
Details you don't need to know. There's a bond of blood between this creature and your wife and daughter. I can use that bond to find them.
How?
One of two ways. Legends claim you can bury a botchling under the family's threshold, perform a ritual and turn it into a lubberkin. That's a sort of, hob, a guardian spirit that could lead me to your family.
Huh.
And the other way?
We kill it and draw some blood. Take that to the Peller and he does the rest.
Do not kill my child. It's suffered enough already. Lift the curse that it may finally rest in peace.
Whatever we do, we gotta find the botchling first.
I'll show you where I buried her.
We can't kill
I'll
it, man.
dig the grave at my threshold.
If it turns out we can't transform the botchling into a lubberkin, they can bury us in it. Handy either way. The sooner we resolve this, the better. Best do it tonight, at midnight.
Then wait here with me. Near midnight, I'll take you to where I buried her.
Get word to the common folk. Ought to stay in their homes tonight and draw a line of salt outside their doors. And try to sober up.
Do I take a shovel to dig up the grave?
Take it. You'll need it, but not for that.
Wow. This is actually really sad. He's still a piece of shit. He beat his wife and kids. and killed his
bit
unborn
further.
kid.
Follow me.
But I do pity him.
You give the child a name?
No. Why would we?
Mistake. Names are powerful seals.
Read the bestiary. Okay, it's been saying that for a while, so I'm sure it'll tell me something very important. Where is the bestiary? Botchlings are perhaps the most repulsive creatures, are perhaps the most repulsive creatures a witcher will ever have the displeasure of meeting. Born of dead and unwanted babies, discarded without proper burial. Partially decayed fetus. Oh. Their uniform, unformed flesh twisted with hate, fear, and malice. Feed on the blood of pregnant women, driven by a mad hunger that most often leads to their victim's death. Wow. It can change into a strong creature as well. Like it has superpower mode if it's eating a lot of blood. Wow. The lubberkin thing is sad as well. Let's just get to it.
Here's the spot.
Chose a lovely spot.
Damn it, will you relent? I'm ploughing now I've done wrong.
Good. The grave's dug up and empty.
What's that mean?
Botchling's on the prowl.
Oh.
Look.
Oh, the umbilical cord. Oh.
Take it in your arms, quick.
And if it goes Garrity, it'll bite us in the arse before we know it.
Keep screaming and it will turn rabid. It's calm for now.
Bloody hell. What happens when it gets ploughing restless?
It'll bite through your jugular, and you'll bleed to death before I can help. Tell me if it starts wriggling. I'll calm it with magic.
It should be him to hold it too.
Pick it up. Take it in your arms.
Merciful gods.
Back to the fortress.
What's this?
As I recall, you were the one who wanted to test the old legends and change it into a lubberkin.
Oh, fuck.
God, he has to carry it out extended in front of him like that too, because if it's too close, it'll definitely bite him.
Spectres. Botchling's scent attracted them.
Do something!
Oh, he got me from behind. Damn. How did you get me?
Pissed, take me! He's throwing something fierce! Can't hold it! Calm it somehow! Oh. Quiet now.
Wow. That's a cool use of my signs.
But what do you want to do with it?
Me?
I just told you.
Nothing. This is your job.
Oh yeah.
You've got to bury it under the threshold. If the tales are true, by tomorrow it'll be a lubberkin. From then on, it'll watch over your house and help me find your family.
Oh wow. Dude, the tongue is really gross.
Show me what you got. More coming. Need to hurry.
On with it. We're not going to fight devours.
Ha! He has ran. I thought I had blocked it in time.
Time to end this.
Wow, they're really getting up on me. Dude, this is really hard. Ooh. Darn it. Is that all of them?
Squirming again, like a daft eel. It worked. It stopped.
Wow. Okay, I'm actually going to save my progress real quick. Oh, I cannot. Oh my god. I'm very low in health. I need to heal. I have 2 more swallow potions. I don't really want to use the rest of them.
Chosen a name?
No.
So think of one. It's important.
It's a girl. What would Anna have named her?
Oh god. Let's do this.
What now?
Repeat after me. By the powers of earth and sky.
By the powers of earth and sky.
By the world that was to be your home.
By the world that was to be your home.
Forgive me, you who came, but who I did not embrace.
Forgive me. You who came, but who I did not embrace.
I name thee, say her name, and embrace thee as my daughter.
I name thee, Daya, and embrace thee as my daughter.
Whoa.
Good. Now bury the body.
Wow.
What now?
In 1 day's time, Dea should turn into a lubberkin. I'll stay here and wait. You go home.
I'll wait with you.
Out of the question.
But that's my child. The guilt, the responsibility for all this lies with me.
Time for parental impulses? It's long past. Besides, nothing else you can do here.
But...
No buts. Just Witcher's work left to do here. Gotta wait a day and a night for the botchling to turn into a lubberkin. That's it. Go home. And try not to drink yourself stupid again.
Wow. Oh, and I leveled up. Okay. Well, let me use this time to upgrade my character some. I have to get Sun and Stars. I'm going to put it right here. And then with my other ability, yeah, I'm going to increase muscle memory for my second point. There you go. How do I summon the Lubberkin? Oh, sit and wait. Okay. Glad I got that taken care of.
By blood's power I summon you. With your name I beseech you. Hear my call and arise, Dea.
Wow, I didn't know there was a ritual in his end.
Lead me to those bound to you by blood.
Whoa. It still looks like a botchkin though. Ah, let's go, Roach. Where are you? Not interested.
Sure wasn't lavender they kept in there. Might be worth looking around, though. Horseshoe. No way a pitch burner could afford a horse. A bracelet. One of them must have dropped it.
We left it there, I didn't drop it.
Clothing. They change in here? Both were here. I'm going the right way. Wants to show me something more.
Oh, oops. Oh, I kind of do have to take this.
Come on, come closer.
Whoa, did that thing explode at me? Whoa, they totally did.
Necrophages had a field day. Still worth a closer look. Should examine that horse carcass.
Can't block them. Gross. Seems like that was all of them. Do they drop anything? They drop some stuff. I should pick it up just in case I need it later. For potions. Because I probably should work on alchemy a little bit. It's just not my thing usually. And even in RPGs, I'm not very good at the magic part. I'm a sword kind of guy. Oh yeah, the horse carcass.
What do we have here? Bones have been here a while. Chewed on the saddle. Necrophages will eat anything these days. Giant claws. Wasn't a necrophage made these marks. Horseshoes missing. Is this the animal that lost one in the smokehouse? Head torn clear off. Takes incredible strength. Must have been attacked by a powerful beast. Surprised him. Hope they got away. Trail goes on. Good thing it doesn't end here.
Had to leave Roach behind. This is getting too dangerous for him. Matter of fact, let me meditate up real quick. Oh, I can't do that right now. Okay, well, your boy is a little low on health, to be honest. So I may drink some water real quick.
A fisherman's hut. Seems she wants me to take a closer look.
I just barged in.
Who's that? Other room. Go on now.
What you seek here, sir? Our hut's out of the way. Woeful. We has nothing. We knows nothing.
Just need information. Looking for 2 women. The Bloody Baron's wife and daughter.
Not a soul have been here, sir.
Sure? Not even passing through? Daughter's medium height, about 20. Her mother's thin, about 40. Seen them?
That sir came at night, right, Mummy?
Ooh.
Quiet, boy.
Where'd the girl go? Your son said enough. No point in playing dumb anymore.
Sorry, sir, but you don't look like one of her father's men.
Because I'm not. I'm looking for Tamara and her mother. I need to know if they're alive and safe.
Tamara is high. She's to my brother's place in Oxenford. But Mrs. Anna, that's another tale. Though anywhere's better than the Crow's Perch with a baron.
Why?
Cause he beat her, sir. Beat Mrs. Anna, I mean. Everyone knew, but not a one lifted a finger for to stop it.
What happened to Tamara's mother?
Twere like this. I was awaiting in the old smokehouse with horses.
She died in that attack. No, because we would have seen her body.
Dark. Couldn't see past 2 elves in front of you. Moon had risen high, and still they hadn't come. Began to fear some demon had snatched them. But finally, they came forth, and we sets off towards the river. Suddenly, out of nowhere, a gale arose. Thought it'd tear my head off. And those damn birds, swarms of them coursing o'er the woods, raising a racket to make your ears bleed.
She's grabbing a knife.
Mrs. Anna screamed, bent over into herself. Tamara knelt down, gripped her arms. 'Twere then I saw it. Fiery marks on her hands.
Fine. What happened next?
Grew even darker. Seemed someone had put out the stars. Crickets all went silent of a sudden. And then, from the woods, a roar. Broke out in a cold sweat, and before I could catch my breath, a beast jumped out of the woods, big as a barn, with horns and 2 burning coals for eyes. I thought I was done for. Beast attacked Mrs. Anna's horse, ripped its head off, carried her off into the woods. Our horses, mine and Miss Tamara's, got spooked and tore off willy-nilly. 'Twere the only reason we escaped.
So the daughter
miss
may...
wanted to go back for her mother, but my wife pleaded, said she'd die out there alone. Miss Tamara agreed not to go.
What marks?
These, well, like burned on with hot iron. On the palms, inside.
Burned? Like a cattle brand?
Aye. No, these wasn't black scars scabbed over. They's hot and glowing, as if they burned with raw fire.
This is crazy. So they were just running, they were going to link up so they could get out of there, out of the Baron. And then they got attacked by a beast right as her hands started freaking out. It's some possession. The beast isn't really a beast.
Thanks for your help.
The lady. She'll be alright in the end, won't she?
I'll do what I can to see that she is.
Yes, sir. I totally thought she was going to stab me earlier, though. I thought she was going for a knife.
So here our paths diverge. Thank you, Dea. Go in peace.
And it's an ugly spirit, man. I have to talk to the Baron about his family now? I'm not even gonna... Wow, dude, my swords are both very damaged. Already 31% again. It's rough out here. I may use... Oh, okay. I understand how this is working. I'm gonna try to buy some sword stuff.
Come on,
so I can heal my equipment whenever I get back to the city. And we're almost there. We've almost completed this quest. We have like maybe 2 or 3 things left to do. We're gonna tell the Baron, and then we're gonna go to where last we saw them, or where last they were seen.
Witcher, a word, please.
He looks fucked up. Oh no, he's not wearing his hat.
What is it?
That night when the Baron ordered everyone to lock their doors, stay inside. What did you and the Baron do?
Gotta ask the Baron about that. Speaking of which, know where he is?
Garden. Spends a lot of time sitting there of late.
Drunk.
No. Don't drink, don't eat. Just sits.
Quite a spell.
That's pretty good then.
There you are.
See the hollyhock there? The violet blooms. Brought the plants here from Nazaire. Anna had read some story. Insisted on having them. Spent hours tending to them, trimming, pruning. She was so content at that. And them, the frilly ones, called birds of paradise in Zerrikania. But Tamara called them dragons of paradise. She adored them. Damn shame I'll never learn which blooms would please Dea most. Though it's good to know her spirit's free.
Got some information about your family.
You've learned something? Well, let's go inside. It's a bit chilly out. Any news for me?
Your daughter's in Oxenfurt.
What the blazes? She all right? In good health? Safe? Why haven't you brought her back?
Never offered to do that.
How do you know she's safe? You see her at least?
No, but I talked to the man who helped her escape and then took her in. Tamara is safe and sound. From what I gathered, she has no desire to see you again. No intention to return.
I shan't trust some peasant dolt. I shan't trust whoever it is helped her. I need to know for certain she's safe. Go to her. You must be sure. See her yourself. I shan't believe anyone else.
No, dude, I
I've
have more
done
important
my
things to go
part.
on.
You've got dozens of men. There's got to be someone you can send.
You refuse to go?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck you! Yet, if you're ever in the area, by chance even, take this and just make sure she's all right.
What is it?
A letter of safe conduct. Ever since the Redanians took hold of the Pontar Delta, they made it damned hard to get to Novigrad without one. Very well. You were to find them both. What of Anna? Learned anything?
Nothing yet, but I'm on her trail.
Well, what are you waiting for?
For you to tell me about Ciri, like we agreed.
Fine. A word once given. When
Yeah,
Ciri
he
was
doesn't
on
work
the
for you, man.
mend,
He's
we
doing you a
took her out on
favor.
hunt. Thought a bit of galloping would warm up her limbs, gone stiff from so much bed rest.
This is what we're here for.
That
We're helping
massive
you out so
nose,
we can learn
pure
about
luck in the
her.
flesh. To hunt down a wild boar that size, why, worthy of one of King Foltest's feasts, where he's still among the living. Cirilla, come! Our haunt should be yours as I see it.
Oh, you done well, lass.
Not bad. Not bad at all. But who goes boar hunting with a sword?
No bow at hand, no spear. My sword was all I had.
Well, you brandished it beautifully. Where'd they teach you that, anyway?
You can't. You don't mention Keira more. You don't mention it.
Not surprising, given you wander the world alone.
Not alone no more. She's in the company now.
That's right. You're a member of the company. We're drinking together, killed a wild boar as a pack, you might say. But we've no notion how you arrived here. A woman in a man's garb, razor on her back. Who exactly are you? You a mercenary?
She is a witcher. She did get the mutagens. Wow. Can't believe she went through with it.
Let's say I go about my business.
She
And
does
when
have two
there's coin
weapons.
to be earned, I don't readily turn it down.
I've always held, with the world how it is today, lasses ought to know how to fend for themselves.
All right, all right. A woman could swing a sword. I've knowed one. But never seen a lady mount anything but a cock proper. All tipsy on horseback. Nothing strange on account they bloody mount them sideways.
Perhaps you'd care to wager?
You can
Yeah.
outrun me on an horse? Naturally. What's the stake?
Black mare. The one in the stable.
Oh, that won't do it all.
What happened? You get the jitters?
Oh, he's watching.
No,
So why not?
the horse is mine.
To race the Baron himself. I'd consider it an honor.
Oh, that'd be a sight to behold.
Would it ever?
Done. But if I win, I take your sword.
Agreed.
I'd not drink any more this night. You'll want your head about you. And we start at daybreak.
Wow. She's totally gonna win that. She's totally gonna win that. That's kind of crazy though. Outrunning him on foot while he's on a horse.
The day dawns.
Ready?
As ever, first one to the tower.
Man chop!
Oh, we're both riding horses. Okay, so it's not me on foot. It's my horse. Okay, that's cool then.
Silly, don't you embarrass us!
Want that horse, don't ya?
Had one just like it.
Chicky.
Show how it's done.
Come on, lass.
Nice. Easy peasy.
You're wind, not woman. Worthy of the best horse. The mare is yours.
Thank you.
What?
Why don't I play Fortnite? I would later. I'm just not playing it right now.
Chance to win.
Oh, is it a griffin? No, it's not.
She screamed like a mad woman. In an instant, all had forgotten the wager. Every man ran to save his skin, even were it to break his neck.
And They make it?
Some, aye. Others were not so fortunate. But what happened then? I must say, Witcher, seen a lot, but nothing like this. Never.
Uh-oh. I know that look.
You're a fast. You'll know the rest once you find my wife.
Ah.
Working on it.
He's teasing me.
I'm making piss-poor progress.
They split up. Hadn't considered that possibility before. But don't worry. I'll find Anna too. So long.
So I have two things going on at the same time that I kind of need to be doing. I need to finish the Baron thing, and I need to find this. I'm going to finish the mission for the Baron's wife. That's what I'm going to do. How do I get out of here? I think it's this way. Oh my goodness. I remember getting lost here before.
Well, bring out the gimp. Wake the gimp sleeping. Well, guess you'll just have to go wake him up now, won't you?
Or is this the basement? Ah, this is the basement. Dude, I always get lost in here. This way, surely, right? Yes, 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 yes. This is it. This is it, right here. Yes. All remaining leads in Velen. Whoa. Oh no, I don't care about the daughter though. So I am missing a clue. I'm missing something. Is this not Velen? Where is Velen? I thought it was in Velen. Am I in Velen? Or maybe Velen is the town. This is the castle. Surely this is Velen now.
Pox on a lot of you. Fucking shit eater.
Oh, okay. Fuck you, man. That's ridiculous. What about you?
Huh?
I need to find people to talk to. I'm trying to look for clues. Hey. Sorry to bug you.
Spot a cider for you? Or a bit of...
Oh, no. I wanna... Ah, where is she? Where do I find the clues at? Okay, let me just look at the quest again. She's in Crookback Bog, which I need to go to anyways. It was a basilisk that attacked them. Interesting. Okay, so now I need to find Crookback Bog. Matter of fact, I need to come here anyways. And now it'll point me in the right direction. Crookback Bog is very, very far away. Whoa, that's Crookback Bog? Oh my. That will be for next time. Thank y'all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Quick recap what we got done today. So we found out some more info on the Blade Baron's daughter. It's kind of a dramatic story that's going on right there. We have to hope that the wife is safe. We're glad Tamara is safe, the daughter. She went to Oxenfurt. And yeah, this has been a very side quest feeling bit. But it's not bad at all. This is still cool. And we'll be sure, we just have to do one thing after another kind of thing. So we'll get it all done, and we'll learn about Cirilla, and we'll find her before the Wild Hunt does. So, hope you enjoyed, and peace out. Good luck with the tags. Okay, I cannot.